Hey, what is up everybody? This is steviebreech coming to you here today. I am doing a video response to none other than Gemini888 today, where we are talking about the future, the life and death of the pro wrestling WWE DVDs. I was listening to Wrestling Observer Live with Brian Alvarez just the other day. It was the day after the WWE had their conference call talking about their numbers for the money that they are making for the fiscal year of 2015, where they had a breakdown of all the money that is coming in for all the investors. They talked about things like the USA television deal, basically saying that they are never going to be giving up the third hour of Monday Night Raw because of how much money it brings in and how much money that television deal is worth, even though it is driving fans away in mass numbers because of the fact that no one wants to watch a 3-hour Raw. People are either, watching it on YouTube. People are either just reading, Monday Night Raw reviews or watching YouTube reviews or waiting until WWE uploads their clips of the matches where they just give you the stuff that you need to see. Or maybe even people are waiting until Tuesday when the top 10 things from Monday Night Raw is uploaded and just watching Monday Night Raw in a matter of about 15 minutes. But the one thing that was discussed that, I was intrigued with, that Gemini didn't like, was the life and death of a WWE DVD, basically saying that, DVDs are not bringing in as much revenue as they once were at one time. The guy pointed out the fact that when they do sell sets, there's about a $12 profit that goes into the WWE's pocket, which to me seems like it's a great deal of money. Now, for WWE DVDs to keep being produced, I'm a little bit baffled at the fact that they're still making pay-per-view DVDs. There are people out there like Jim that will jump on every item that does come out if it's on DVD, no matter if it's the cartoons, if it's the DVD they made about the video production. There's ones I like to have a collection of them. If I can find it and I can find them cheap enough, I will buy them. But the one thing that I will always want to buy every time they come out is sort of like the documentary comp things that come out. Like, to me, honestly, to watch the documentary that they put out on Sting, I can't remember if it was an hour or an hour and a half or however long it was, that was worth $20 to me to check out. And I just grabbed a handful of ones that were on there. Jerry the King Lawler was another good documentary that was great. The Macho Man documentaries with every dollar that I paid for. But then there is the one like The Click Rules. This one came out. I was very intrigued to check it out, but it just didn't have the mustard behind it. It just like I love the Triple H compilation that came out, that Kingdom Come. That was an awesome documentary on him. I love the documentary that they did on Kevin Nash that was on the network. I love the Shawn Michaels documentary that is on his Heartbreak and Triumph DVD, even though it's not complete because it ends. I think that DVD came out before WrestleMania 26, so I'm not even sure if it talks about one of the greatest matches that he's ever had in his career, or the fact that he retired at WrestleMania 26. But these have a great thing to them. You watch a 1-hour documentary on the guy. They talk about a match. Maybe you hadn't seen it in a while, or maybe they talk about it being so good that you want to watch it right then. You can just press a button, and boom, the match starts playing. And I know that if you're on the WWE Network, you can look up just about any match, and WWE Network is going to have a fast-track way to put that match on right now. But honestly, when it comes down to it, if I watch a documentary on the WWE Network, most of the time, I'm not sitting in front of my computer. I'm not sitting there at a good time. I put on, like the best of the AWA documentary when it's like 1:30 at night, and it's like I haven't been able to fall asleep, and I need something to make me want to pass out. It's just, if I don't watch the match right then, I'm probably not going to watch them. That's why one of the best things that I ever did with my friends when we used to have these big Skype calls back in the day was on DVD Tuesday, we would all go out and we would all pick up the newest DVD release, and it would sort of be on your own to watch the documentary. You could either watch it before the matches or after the matches, but we would have a start time, which would most of the time be like 9:30 Pacific time, and we'd start disc 1, and we'd just put it on, and we'd watch the matches. Sometimes it would take us 2 days, sometimes it would take us 3 days, but that's how we found we really got our money's worth, to make sure that we watched those matches, because if we didn't watch them within a week, the DVD gets put on your shelf, and it's just sort of forgotten about. Now, I'm all for DVDs continuing on. I'll buy all the documentaries that come out as soon as they come out. I'll buy them on release day to make sure they can have them, because I want to see those DVD releases, because WWE's production people have always put together really good documentaries. Now, I don't want to pick on WCW, but I just wanted to grab a selection of 3-disc sets that have come out that don't have documentaries on, that I can honestly live without. So this is the best of the Great American Bash, the best of the Clash of the Champions, and best of WCW pay-per-views. And honestly, if you think I'm knocking them, the WWE Falls Count Anywhere or 3-disc set, that was trash. And off the top of my head, there's some good ones, like Hell in the Cell. Having a collection of all those matches, you can watch them one after another, is great. But there's ones out there that just don't need to be made. Now, I'm not a big fan of these 3-disc sets. I find that they just sort of sit around. I don't ever have time to really watch them in their completion. I probably watched disc 1 of this Blu-ray, probably didn't even finish it, probably didn't even check out disc 2. And it's good to have these things on your shelf. Jim always says, what if the WWE Network gets shut down? Even though that this is sort of the wave of the future, is they try to get you to buy movies on iTunes or on your Apple TV or with Amazon Fire and things like that, where you have them on your tablet and you can watch them anywhere. To me, honestly, I'm old school. I want to have my own physical copy, that I could take this with me to my friend's house, and I can watch it there if I wanted to, or I want to own it. I want it there. I want it sitting on my shelf. I want that. But my kids, they'll probably never own a real DVD or a Blu-ray. Everything will be digital, and it will take up no space. And a person like me is always going to be scared, what if Apple closes? Do I lose all the money that I put into all of those movies? Because if Apple closes, if Amazon closes, if something like that happens, I still own this. I can watch the best of WCW whenever I want to. And I don't know, since I've taken this stance that I'm sort of like, I'm for DVDs, but I'm against DVDs. I'm sort of like stuck there in the middle. I think that if WWE got to a place where they were making less DVDs, I think it would be good. But I mean, like, there's sometimes, like, during the summer when, like, it seems like a DVD release is coming out every week, and that gets a little bit too much. But if there's a sporadic release, once every month, maybe once every 2 months, of a documentary about a former wrestler, and they're even getting to the point now where they're running out of wrestlers to make these on, because they've done one on just about every classic wrestler that will possibly sell. I don't want to knock anybody, but like, I don't think anybody's really running out to Best Buy to pick up Best of Bob Backlund or Best of Bruno Sammartino. There's probably a market for those DVDs, but I'm thinking that most wrestling fans today won't be wanting to pick those up. And the way that they treat superstars today on the main roster, I mean, like, a DVD on Cesaro, he'd probably have a lot of great matches to put on there. But it'd be a lot like the Kane DVD, of the fact of, like, the guy is probably going to lose more than half of his matches. And, because the guy loses so much, he's not really a big superstar. Is he enough of a star that where the casual wrestling fan will pick up his DVD off the shelf, instead of, creating guys that actually go on winning streaks and getting to the point of getting to where you want to see them more in their champion. But we'll see what goes on with WWE DVDs in the foreseeable future. As of right now, I got to, guess I got to start watching movies. I don't really got much to do today.